next to me. We can see where things go naturally. Just say the word and I'll part the sea. Just come over here and sit next to me. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
We would ask all of our parents and families and friends to make sure that you're sitting in your seats. I know it's tempting to get up and take pictures of your future graduate, but please let them process into their area. Make sure we can get everyone in the right spots tonight. Again, welcome to Webster Schrader for our 37th annual commencement.
You may be seated. Let's go. Let's hear it. Let's go one more time. Let's go, people. Big round of applause for class of 2021. Good evening. Hello, class of 2021, students, parents, grandparents, family members, friends, and anyone watching on live stream. Today we celebrate the class of 2021, a year of all years. It's time to celebrate our students and their accomplishments over the past 13 years. Welcome to the 37th commencement ceremony of Webster Schrader High School. However, this is the first time an entire graduating class has graduated in our Warriors Stadium. Home, sweet home. It definitely will be a memorial and a special event. Thank you to our staff members for your dedication, commitment, and help tonight, and belief in our students, most of all. At this time, I would like to start by recognizing those who have served in the armed forces or are serving in our armed forces. May I ask any veteran or current member in the armed forces in the audience serving in any of the armed forces to please stand if you are able. Please remain standing. And then at this time, any student entering the armed services, also please stand. Please remain standing. Thank you for your service to our country and our community. Thank you, and all please remain standing. It is my pleasure to invite our Select Corps seniors to sing our national anthem at this time, the Star Spangled Banner, under the direction of Mrs. Carrie Zugelder. Would all those able to stand, please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Phenomenal job. Thank you very much. We will miss those voices in the future. At this time, you may be seated. Here with me tonight, have a few members on our stage. To my left, we have board members Mike Cefaletto and Mike Alt. Also to my left, we have Marie Ruggiello, we have Janice Richardson, and we have Sue Casey. And in front, next to me, is our board president, Tammy Growski, and Mrs. Linda Dierguardi. Thank you very much for attending. And to my right, we have in the back our staff speaker, Mr. Corey Gomez. We'll hear from him in a little bit. Some of you may remember this young, fine man, Spry Middle School principal, Mr. James Bear. We have Director of Special Education, Kylene Armstrong, and Director of Elementary Education, Aaron Land. We also have here tonight our Interim Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brian Neenan. I'd like to thank our assistant principals who helped make so much happen throughout this year. Mrs. Goodwine, Mr. Sepka, Mr. Callan, and Mrs. Tasber. And one of his favorite spots, I'd like to thank Mr. Straggy, who's up in the booth tonight. We also have our class advisors, Mrs. Delmont and Mr. Urbanski. All these individuals give their best each and every day and many, many nights. Also, I'd like to thank our counselors, teachers, custodians, cafe workers, teacher assistants, coaches, sentries, and SROs. As you saw them out there tonight, thank you so much for helping out. And thank you all you do for our students. One last thank you. I came here last night to take a quick picture, and as I came upon it, I was walking in the background, and I'd like to thank Mr. Jim Cruz, many of you parents might know, was here tonight helping clean off the area. All right, class of 2021, congratulations. A class like no other. Parents, guardians, grandparents, relatives, friends, thank you for your support. Much needed. Everyone, please take a look around. Check out the young lives in front of us all. Our soon-to-be graduates truly demonstrated resilience, flexibility, perseverance, and that's just to name a few things. This class in front of us today is truly amazing, and I know for me, will not be forgotten. The time and experiences our seniors created have more than prepared yourselves for the future. When I look around, I see that they are absolutely in the presence of greatness and pioneers. Sir Edmund Hillary was one of the first people to climb Mount Everest. A pioneer himself said, "It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves." That resonates with me about this class of young adults. I am 100% convinced that we have in front of us the mentally strongest class of students to ever graduate. To get here, you have all climbed your own Mount Everest. You have conquered and become champions, especially those ones that were over there about 48 hours ago on the softball team, or the track stars and our national music competitors and speech. Congratulations. Couple quick things. When you reflect back on your schooling, I hope you realize what you have accomplished both academically and mentally. You should be proud because I know we are. So for me, I just want to say thank you. You led our school through the most challenging year. In my mind, you're all champions and have skills that us adults never had at your age. Most of them social media. Use them wisely. Class of 2020, I will miss you, You are and always will be a warrior. To me, you are the greatest class. Congratulations. Go confidently. Be a good person. Love who you can. Help where you can. And give what you can. And just be you. It has been my honor to be your principal, and I'm very proud and love all of you. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Tony Pellegrini, who will be introducing our speakers.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Benz. Well, good evening, senior class of 2021. Parents, families, welcome to all of you as well. I'm Tony Pellegrino. I would like to take a moment and thank our next speaker. He has served the Webster Central School District as a principal at Willink, assistant superintendent of instruction, a deputy superintendent, and is now our interim superintendent. It is my honor and a pleasure to introduce a person who always has a smile for others, Mr. Brian Neenan.
That was fantastic. Thank you, Tony. And thank you, Mr. Benz. Welcome, everyone, to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2021. Warriors, today is your day. Today you become graduates of the Webster Central School District and proud alumni of Webster Schrader High School. It's a day that's been many years in the making. I am keenly aware of the family and friends that have shaped the people you are. Thank you to everyone that has played a role in getting you to this celebratory achievement. Speaking as a father, please take time today to give your family an extra hug. As thrilled as they are for you and share in the absolute joy of this day, many of them still look at you and see you riding a two-wheel bicycle for the first time. Perhaps you've got a popsicle stain on your face, or you've got a skinned knee, or you've got a toothless grin. Whatever it might be, they still see your faces with the same playful smiles that now illuminate the faces of the amazing people you've grown to be. Parents, grandparents, and family members, thank you for raising such extraordinary young adults. They are compassionate, thoughtful, creative, and kind. Faculty and staff, I am grateful for the mark you have left on the class of 2021. We all know that the memories of impactful teachers, administrators, coaches, advisors, or staff members can stay with you for a lifetime. Your professionalism, unwavering commitment, and caring attitude towards your students changes lives, especially this year. Thank you. Today is a day of anticipating what is to come. These students have persevered through some of the most challenging global circumstances we have experienced in recent history. Warriors, you are taking some dynamic skills into the world because of your unique experiences during this pandemic. You have shown grit and tenacity again and again. You pressed forward, and tonight you will earn your diploma. You made your way and handled so much of this year with grace. Let's go back just for a second to elementary school and recall when you first learned about the life cycle of a seed. It is there that you began to experience the parallels of your life as a seed. As you journeyed from kindergarten to 5th grade, you began to understand and experience the importance of cultivating the proper growing conditions. Then as the seed grew, you entered the middle school days, where you experienced sunny days, some rainy days, and perhaps a few hurricanes. Now, on to high school. Your roots have become durable and well developed, and you are prepared to handle the good days, the stormy weather, the darkness, and the light. And I am confident that you are prepared and you will grow. Class of 2021, it's time to look forward in hope and anticipation of all the good that will surely come your way. It's been a privilege to have you in our schools and such an incredibly important part of our Webster family. I can't wait to see what comes next for the class of 2021. Congratulations, graduate, you did it.
Good evening. My name is Jason Lissandro, and I am the class treasurer, and it's my honor to introduce the next speaker. She's a member of Link, Tri-M, NHS, and the varsity field hockey team. She was voted most likely to found a company and will be attending SUNY New Paltz next year, studying international relations. At this time, please join me in welcoming the class president, Tori Titarenko.
Let me move the camera first. Graduates, parents, and family, esteemed faculty and administration, good evening and congratulations to the Webster Schrader class of 2021. My name is Victoria Titarenko. And first, I would like to say thank you for this honor and opportunity to speak. I will begin with a quote from rapper and philosopher Nicki Minaj. In her song, perfectly titled High School, she sings, "Anywhere, everywhere, baby, it's your world, ain't it?" Miss Minaj was onto something. To all of my classmates sitting before me, babies, it's our world. We simply have to go forth and take it. As graduates, it is now our turn to discover the world and make a place in it. In his book titled This Is Water, David Foster Wallace tells a story that goes as follows. There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way. He nods and looks at them, saying, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" The two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually, one of them looks at the other and goes, "What is water?" We, the young fish, have been swimming along up until this moment, relatively unaware of the world surrounding us. Ms. Minaj encouraged us to conquer the world, but how can we do so without knowing what the world is? Plato, a philosopher nowhere near as known as Nicki, wrote a similar tale over 2,000 years ago. I first heard this story in my AP Euro class junior year and have been using it to interpret turning points in my life ever since. The allegory of the cave is set, surprise, in a cave. In this cave, there are a few prisoners who have been chained up from the moment they were born. They are facing a wall, unable to move. Behind them is a fire, and every so often, villagers walk between the prisoners' backs and the fire, holding things like books and animals, just going about their days. The prisoners can only ever see the shadows of these people cast upon the wall of the cave and presume that the shadows are reality, never questioning. One day, a single prisoner is released from his chains and allowed to leave the cave. He goes into the world and sees the trees, animals, and other people for the first time. He is told that the things around him are real, and the shadows he's known his whole life are mere reflections of reality. He can't believe it. Ecstatic about his discovery, he runs back to the cave to tell the remaining prisoners that there is so much more to the world than the shadows on the cave wall. He describes the vibrant, beautiful colors of life, the other people outside of the cave, but the prisoners don't believe him. They think the outside world has made him crazy and refuse to leave the cave, sticking to the shadows they have always known. So the free man leaves the cave and enters the new reality on his own. I understand life to be a series of caves we leave. As soon as you think you know everything, the world reveals itself in a new, much more complicated, but much more beautiful way. These deeper and new understandings are scary. They can be so scary. It is much simpler to stay in the cave and watch the shadows. It is safer to never question the water and just keep swimming along. Baby, it's your world, ain't it? But the way we view it, understand it, engage in it, it is completely up to us. We must leap forward and open ourselves up to the world. Leaving the cave takes courage. For me, it has come in the form of people, of knowledge, of music, of conversation, and of unforeseen changes embraced. Opportunities to leave the cave are thrust upon us, but leaving is our own choice. Our education and experiences at Schrader have given us the tools we need to navigate the unknown, realize the water all around us, follow the light out of the cave. While we have loads of information stored in the powerhouse of the cell and what the green light symbolizes in The Great Gatsby, we will forget all of that with age. What we will certainly remember, and thankfully, what happens to be most important, is that we've learned not what to think, but how to think. Each and every one of us has a unique viewpoint we can use to impact and interact with the world. In the class I see sitting before me are some of the kindest, smartest, most hardworking, and most talented people I've ever met and had the pleasure to coexist with. Whether any of you want to go to law school, teach, become a race car driver, or act on Saturday Night Live, I say go for it. If you don't dare, you will never realize that it's water you're swimming in. If you don't dare, you will never leave your cave. And while that may be comfortable, what remarkable discoveries and beauties you may be missing out on. The choice is yours. Proceed with boldness and bravery in whatever direction you choose, because baby, it's your world, ain't it? Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michael D'Amelio. I'm the Vice President of the class of 2021 and have been a member of the class officers for the past 4 years. I'm happy to introduce our next honorary speaker. She's a close friend of mine and is an outgoing, exuberant, and passionate person that always brings out the joy in people. She's a well-rounded student athlete who plays varsity basketball, is involved in an array of activities, one of them being her newfound passion of drama. She'll be attending Syracuse University in the fall and studying broadcasting. Please welcome Lillian Northrup.
Is this the right one?
Yeah, that's it. Perfect. All right. I'm debating taking my cap off because I'm worried the wind's going to blow it away, but we'll see how that goes. Good evening, board members, administrators, teachers, parents, family, and fellow class of 2021. Thank you all for being here for this monumental moment for all of us. I am honored to be speaking here in front of you tonight. What do March 13, 2020 and June 16, 2021 have in common? While I could make everyone raise their hand and I choose some of you, I'll just answer it for you. March 13th of last year was the last time this whole class was together. June 16th, today, is the day we all graduate from high school. Some may think, wow, that's so unfortunate that they couldn't be together for their senior year. While that may be true, I believe that there's importance behind the idea that today is our first day together in over a year, because today is also our last. Graduation is a day where you can finally feel accomplishment. You can look back at the 4 years, and certainly this crazy 4th year, and say we did it. The best part of that is we can all feel that sense of accomplishment together. Today, the class of 2021 of Webster Schrader High School is graduating, and we're doing it here together. When I was a little kid, I dreamed of my high school career being just like my favorite movie, High School Musical. I would come up on stage, speak at the podium, and then jump off, and my whole class would break out into the High School Musical theme song. We're all in this together. Flash forward 10 years, as I was sitting at my desk trying to write this speech, I realized quickly it would be nothing like that. Because for starters, no one randomly breaks out into song. It's just weird. Secondly, I was really struggling with what to say. Troy Bolton, for those of you who don't know, is the male lead in High School Musical. He made it look so easy, but it really isn't. My cap's on him. I knew in my heart I wanted to say something that would mean something to each of you. I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to stand up here and ramble on about something that everyone has been hearing about nonstop for the past year. We have all been living through this pandemic, and each of us knows how it's affected our lives. So I go on Google, and I look up high school graduation, speech, themes, concepts, or ideas. And as I'm scrolling through these concepts and ideas, I realize none of them are from my heart. I knew I had to write about something I know about, and something the people right here knew about too. Then it hit me. When I think of the 4 years of high school, one word comes to mind: change. By definition, change means make someone or something different, to alter or modify. Like my English teachers have always taught me, there are a lot of literary elements within that one definition. Only problem, I don't have a yellow highlighter on me, so I can't annotate it. But I do know how change feels. And I can most likely speak for my classmates and say we've all experienced change in the past 4 years, because high school is where you change and grow and get ready for what's ahead. You find your identity, who you love, who you want to be surrounded by, the friends you make, the teachers and classes you like. Some of us have found the career path we want to take for the rest of our lives. Some of us haven't. But that's okay, because if we remember anything from high school, let's remember the teachers and counselors or even parents who told us, hey, if you change your major or the track you're on for your future, it's okay, because that's all part of the process of figuring out who you want to be. That's what we should remember. They were preparing us for the changes that we're all going to experience in our next chapter. As I stand here right now, I can actually see some of the amazing memories we've gotten to make. Right there, the whole left side of the bleacher, filled with students dressed in unison, getting incredibly rowdy for Friday night football games. Hopefully not too rowdy, because we don't want to upset Mr. Streggy. On this field, I can imagine all of our student athletes who played their hearts out. From our football team being able to shine a light on a female playing a majority male sport. Shout out to Abby Neal and her talented right foot. Absolutely killed it this season. To our cheerleading squad, who would stand right in front of the Warrior crew every game day and chant the infamous Red Hot. Or our marching band, who would practice every night in the senior parking lot to make sure they were prepared to bring the best music when it came to Friday Night Lights. If we look to our right, we see the building that holds the stories and laughs and struggles we shared with our friends in the cafeteria. In the classrooms, we spent countless hours on every day and then went back to for club meetings. The art rooms where our AP art students, such as Olivia Alniski, created jaw-dropping portraits. The auditorium held amazing theater performances like The Addams Family in Chicago, along with the plethora of chorus, orchestra, and band concerts. That building is a place we'll never forget. It's a place that's been home to so many of the memories and moments and changes we've experienced. I believe that human beings tend to be afraid of change because they don't know what comes next. Today, we have to finally accept the last change of high school, saying goodbye, walking through that gate and realizing there's a chance you'll never come back or see the faces you see right now. But I know as we flip this tassel from one side to the other, throw our caps up in the air, and walk away as graduates together, we should be excited for the future. I say, bring on the change. Will you join me? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abby Neal, and I am the secretary of the class of 2021. I have been given the pleasure to introduce the staff member chosen by our class to speak tonight, Mr. Corey Gomez. Mr. Gomez is a 2010 graduate of Webster Schrader High School and has been with the school district for 7 years, including coaching volleyball and directing the theater company. He is loved by many students and staff members, and we all know his passion for trees. Please put your hands together for Mr. Gomez.
All right, let's do this. The past few years have thrown pretty much everything imaginable at us, and hopefully, within a few weeks, we're gonna get aliens. In fact, we face so many surprises that the notion that we could be surprised is in question. Practically nothing can surprise us anymore. Kind of how, like, the guy who was fixing your Chromebook 3 years ago is now giving your graduation speech. No surprise there. We've become masters at managing change and absorbing surprises with poise. This gauntlet, this onslaught of uncontrollable disruption has really tested our integrity, our character, our grit. But if you look around, class of 2021, you made it. You endured. You persisted, probably perspired, and didn't shower during lockdown, and overcame. You have become experts at expecting the unexpected. Now, just in case you've blocked out some of the unexpected events and occurrences from the last 18 months, allow me to go full Will Smith. Yo, it's rewind time. What started all this craziness was a dark and mysterious villain returning to the limelight after years away. I know. Somehow, Darth Sidious survived in what was the most unexpected reveal of cinematic history, and Rey ended up being a Palpatine, I don't know. Back in November, an extremely surprising and unexpected upset that began in Maricopa County pushed the nation into a frenzy. Demand for recounts, riots, some of us even wanted to move. The Arizona Cardinals beat the Buffalo Bills 32-30. The surprising and unexpected hysteria didn't end in November, though. In early January, the entire nation tuned in as something unfathomable happened to those in power. Reddit users influenced the market and GameStop stock skyrocketed, leaving Wall Street analysts baffled. Yes, lately, the world has been full of surprises. And yet, as you venture on beyond the familiar classrooms of Schrader to the workforce, college, or to serve in the military, more unexpected turns await. That's a Gomez guarantee. To help you navigate these surprises, I have written you a guide. What to expect when you're unexpecting. The first thing to expect when you're unexpecting. No one will ever be able to predict or expect trends. Something uncool right now might unexpectedly become cool later. It's gonna blow your mind. My mother used to try to dress me in Champion brand clothing in like 2003, and I would throw a fit right in the middle of Kmart. You know how stupid I feel now? I could be pawning off my crew necks to you guys for like 5 times the profit. We love an underdog story. We love when the expected loser becomes the unexpected winner. There is so much inspiration in a rebranding, a revival, a resurgence, a rebirth. You just can never know when something will take off and explode. Look at Dogecoin. Therefore, expect unexpected success from anyone, from anywhere. The second thing to expect when you're unexpecting. You'll get hit with plenty of light bulb moments throughout your life, epiphanies, and these unexpected discoveries will hit harder than the cafeteria ranch dressing. It might be that you realize Minnesota actually contains the most northern point of the lower 48 states. You're all thinking about Maine right now, but you're wrong. Or the fact that in years when a song from the 70s comes on, it's actually gonna slap. For me, it was Dancing in the Moonlight. Or that you can't put out a fire caused by bacon grease with water. No story there. These surprise discoveries will never stop coming, which is what makes life so exciting and interesting. Like just recently, I unexpectedly discovered that I can no longer finish a full trash plate, well, without feeling like complete trash. Therefore, expect unexpected revelations. All right, the third thing to expect when you're unexpecting. You'll change. Right now, you probably think you have life figured out and that you're like the best version of yourself possible. The more you read, listen, travel, learn, the more you challenge yourself, you'll evolve. And pretty soon, you'll surprise yourself with all the unexpected talents and ideas deep within you. All you can accomplish. All the little unexpected, powerful things that are deep inside you will slowly reveal themselves, and you will surprise the world with how amazing you are. Therefore, expect the unexpected from within. Expect the unexpected. Embrace the unexpected. Surprises are the most beautiful part of the life. No one wants to go on a roller coaster that just remains flat in the same speed. We want the unexpected twists and turns, the hills and sudden drops, the loop-de-loops, and even the dark tunnels. We seek these thrills and surprises out. We learn to expect them. Now, despite all this talk of the unexpected, I did want to leave you with one final thought. There are some things I do expect from all of you. I expect you to be kind. I expect you to remain curious and continue learning. I expect you to listen. All right, good job. I expect you to read, like actual read and not TikTok posts. I expect you to make mistakes. I expect you to make new friends. I expect you to bake me a batch of chocolate chip cookies. I expect you to keep in touch with your old friends. I expect you to succeed in your own special ways. I expect you to smile, laugh, and find joy. I expect for you to root for the Buffalo Bills this season. And most importantly, I expect you to continue expecting the unexpected. Thank you.
Hello again, everyone, and thank you so much for coming.
Happy graduation day.
My name is Victoria Titarenko, and I am your senior class president.
My name is Michael D'Amelio, and I'm your senior vice president.
From the class of 2021, we would like to thank Schrader, its faculty, and its staff for fostering such a warm and welcoming environment these past 4 years.
As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present the school with funds to further beautify the courtyard.
During such a difficult school year with COVID-19 and its lasting effects, the courtyard was such a blessing and a fantastic place to unwind each day.
We hope further beautification will last for years to come and allow future Webster Warriors to feel the same way.
We love you so much, Schrader.
Thank you for all the memories.
Thank you, Tori and Michael. You have definitely represented us well. And I think that's a no on the hot tub in the courtyard. You got a bubbling rock. Come on. Very soothing. All right. There's always one. All right. I think it's time. I think it's time to award the diplomas. So if everyone can take their stations, let's do this.
Sure. Yep.
Victoria Titarenko. Michael D'Amelio. Abigail Neal. Jason Lysandro. Lillian Northrup. Anthony Pellegrino. Madison Adams. Morgan Adams. Colton Adaletta. Elaine Alfano. Angel Alicia Morales. Harley Almond. Alexander Aloy. Tanner Amsler. Margaret Anderson. Taylor Arbori. Amelia Arena. Derek Armstrong. Kylie Armstrong. Grant Baglieri. Julia Baird. Compton Baker. Gavin Baldwin. Nicholas Bartazowitz. Naomi Beadle. Liam Bell. Elias Belt. Jackson Beeler. Samantha Block. Ryan Blunt. Lauren Bogert. Gabriella Bonke. Orion Borer Curtin. Matthew Bolt. Haley Bolton. Irina Bondar. Benjamin Boothby. Sarah Botcher. Gabrielle Braden. Alexander Brown. Lauren Brown. Logan Brown. Karina Bryant. Lily Bry. Jetalyn Buffum. Kaylin Bulger. Samuel Burgo. Skylar Burke. Kathleen Berm. Jocelyn Burt. Patrick Buttles. Halil Batoon. Emily Bystrak. Matthew Cahill. Samantha Callery. Samuel Camilacci. Amber Campbell. Matteo Capizzuto. Antonio Carroll. Mia Calkins. Jonas Chadsey. Andrew Chalahan. Nigel Chambers. Emma Cheveroli. Kendrick Chrisman. Paul Christopher.
Antonio Ciccarelli. Curtis Clement. Jenna Clyde. Joseph Clyde. Julia Clyde. Jake Coletta. Ethan Conger. Chloe Connor. Matthew Connor. Alexander Kunali. Emily Cucarera. Liam Cornish. Jaden Cortez. Devin Crane. Gregory Creary. Ava Cummings. Julian Cunningham. Sergey Cusack. Salvatore Kataya. Sydney Dahl. Kathleen Daly. Kyle Darkangelo. Michael Deedy. Dale DeFazio. Nathan Delamarter. Matthew Delcor. Sam Del Regno. Evan DeMacher. Holly Dennison. Matthew DeVries. Gil Dixon. Paige Donhauser. Elena Donnelly. Nicholas Dugan. Philip Dumitrescu. Shay Easton. Bane Ebling. Michael DiMaggio. Ethan Ellis. Olivia Elniski. Joshua Engel. Jaheim Enos. Birkjohn Erkenkauken. Rama Fideli. Matthias Fall. Tyler Fantagrossi. Lauren Farrow. Garrett Fisher. Mason Fitzsimmons. Zachary Franzisi. Audrey Friga. Hayden Fruin. Matthew Fulkerson. Christopher Fuller. Victoria Garbarino. Alexis Garcia. Andrew Geiser. Kimberly Geisler. Connor Gerhardt. Maxwell Gerhardt. Olivia Gerhardt. Adam Gessner. Daniel Giordano. Sophia Gorton. Jonathan Graff. Michaela Graham. Caleb Grams. Josh Green. Mackenzie Griffin. Alex Gulvin. Alexandria Hajek. Rachel Hannon. Emily Hansen. Michaela Harding. Allison Herrer. Emily Harris. Emmanuel Harris. Brian Helbig. Tom Hendricks. Maxwell Henneberg. Lily Hernandez. Matthew Hewitt. Dylan Hickey. Liam Hill. Brandon Hiller. Alexander Holden. Owen Horith. Jacob Horton. Zachary Hosmer. Felix Huang. Hannah Hubbard. Natalia Hume. Liliana Hurley.
Nikola Ilajeski. Dominic Ingram. Luke Inslee. Ashley Jacobs. Evan Jenkins. Madeline Capteen. Fuat Kara. Ariella Kapersky. William Kelderhouse. Sarah Cadane. Joshua King. Connor Clarick. Samantha Knight. James Knox. Eleanor Copen. Eve Kowalczyk. Rachel Kuzowitz. Oleg Kuchma. Jana LaBarbera. Anne-Marie Lamont. Hunter Lane. Rocco Lanzafame. Jacob Latuca. Erica Lawson. John Leach. Mahalit Lagessa. Ryan Lembo Ames. Caden Leonard. Emma Leonardo. Caleb Liu. Alex Lewis. James Lill. Tara Lindsay. Santo Losigno. Elena Lopez. Francesco Lorey. Emily Lynch. Michael Massara. Ariana Mayo. Colton Mallow. Jacob Marcus. Sophia Markovitz. Linda Marquez. Benjamin Mara. Samantha Mara. Mackenzie Marshall. Molly Marshall. Christian Mascari. Mason Mascari. Roman Mazzulli. Jacob McEwen. Samantha McKay. Trevor Menezes. Hold, please. Kymir Meeks. Sophia Mercurio. Ryan Murkov. Nathan Miller. Ariel Milner. Robert Moore. Alexa Monrad. Andrew Monrad. Xavier Morales. Trevor Menezes. Michaela Morelli. Samantha Morgan. Patrick Morissette. Andrew Moulton. Annie Mulhall. Nicole Mustaka. Rana Mustafa. Caitlin Nowak. Linda Nutter. Craig O'Connor. Grace Okren. Olivia Owens. John Osmankowski. Chloe Pagano. Andrew Paynton. Elizabeth Palermo. Noah Palermo. Sejal Parmar. Kashish Patel. Adriana Pecora. Isabella Pedrera. Dominic Pizzo. Robert Pellegrino. Griffin Peters. Zachary Peterson. Tyler Petrillo. Sarah Piliteri. Nicole Pomerleau. Claudia Pomponio. Ariel Privatera Reynolds. Adrian Prezi. Braden Pamputis. Xander Purcell. Melody Rabb. Joshua Ramp. Lucas Randisi. Olivia Reschke. Gwen Rivera. Brianni Rodriguez. Zachary Rogers. Ramir Rolag. Kenneth Romano. Marguerite Rommelman. Gracie Ryan. Joseph Sablaski. Anthony Semperi. Matthew Sanfilippo. Ryan Scheck. Aiden Shell. Sarah Schiffhauer. John Schoenhart. Aiden Scott. Arabelle Seifert. Bjorn Sanoth. Nicole Scroy. Thomas Shannon. William Shannon. Grant Sharp. Taylor Sheldon. Jordan Sherman Bolton. Ryan Sherry. Avery Shiley. Heather Shiner. Yasser Shoka. Jake Schur.
Jacob Silipini. Martina Silvestre Salas. Dejani Simmons. Alexander Simons. Darina Skadenchuk. Alexis Smith. Jessica Smith. Ryan Smith. Sydney Smith. Victoria Snow. Michaela Susi. Leela Sprons. Kyle Stepnowski. Jonathan Sulo. Anthony Surace. Madeline Tarduno. Annabelle Terranova. Nicholas Thorpe. Alexander Touloupis. Megan Trevette. Elias Sajay. Madeline Eugene. Allison Vasquez. Sophia Vinieri. Justin Villegas. Sean Villegas. John Vincent. Nehal Valles. Ryan Warren. Anastasia Watkins. Janai Weaver. Timothy Weisensau. Michael Weeder. James Willard. Olivia Wittig. Caitlin Voitash. Ariel Wright. Michael Wyant. Tyler Young. Juliana Zane. Kaylee Zimniak.
What a gorgeous sky and a gorgeous night for a gorgeous group of students. And soon, yes. And I would like to introduce our Board of Education President, Mrs. Tammy Gorowski.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. And now, by the power vested in me by the New York State Board of Regents, I present to you the class of 2021. Graduates, would you please stand? You may now move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations, you're official. We are all so proud of you. Oh, that was like
Yes, yes. Have a quick seat. Won't be long, won't be long. Won't be long. Stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. All right, I'd like to give a big thank you to two people, my secretaries, Mrs. Kelly Dinsmore and Mrs. Mary Sprague, for all that they did in organizing our graduation ceremony. Thank you for being a wonderful audience on the ends and in the stands. Thank you for your flexibility. We learned a lot about that earlier today. Crazy. All right. We are going to do our cap toss. And to do so, I just need a couple quick guidelines. Parents and audience members, please stay where you're located, because we'll be having a group picture taken. If you want to start to get the ladder set up, we're going to do it right in the center. If you want to do it about the 50-yard for the ladder. Okay. So graduates will be having their cap toss group picture taken in a circle. So at this time, please stand as a class. Let's give them one big round of applause. And I would like them to all join us all in the circle. You're going to face the stands. Mr. Germano, did you need a ladder? Look at that right there. All right. We're going to wait for the ladder. I don't know if I want to be up top here. All right. Give me about 20 seconds. Here we go. Face the stands. We'll do a little countdown. Jamie, you ready? Okay. I'm going to get out of your guys' way. Sorry. 2021, you ready? Count of three. Count of three. Throw them in the air. 1, 2, 3. Toss them. Woo! Thank you very much. Have a great evening. You've been great. Thank you, everybody. Congrats.
I'm going away, and how I wish it was alright. So take this wine and drink with me.
That's good. That's good. You got it. Hey, thanks. Good to see you. Thanks so much for coming.
Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone, say tonight. Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone. There's a log on the fire, and it burns like me for you. Tomorrow comes with one desire, to take me away. It's true. It ain't easy to say goodbye. Darling, please don't start to cry. 'Cause girl, you know I've got to go. Oh. Lord, I wish it wasn't so. Save tonight and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone. Save tonight and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone.